in the last decade?
Yeah, ever. This is one of the biggest fights ever. And obviously I'm honored to be promoting. But yes, when they say we're promoting it, I'm doing the promotion, we're doing the production, the event ops, PR, I mean everything to do with the fight, just like a UFC fight, while at the same time promoting UFC Noche. So it'll all be the same weekend. It's a badass weekend. And say whatever they want to say, but look at Canelo. Canelo is still the man.
Yes.
You know?
He's been for a long, long time.
And he jumps in there and he does it and he goes to work, and it's hard to stay at that level for a very long time. And Canelo's another guy. I mean, what's this guy clipping?
Seen the less naked. Yeah. Ever. This is one of the biggest fights ever. And obviously I'm honored to be promoting. But yes, when they say we're promoting it, I'm doing the promotion. We're doing the production, the event ops, PR, I mean everything to do with the fight, just like a UFC fight, while at the same time promoting a UFC Nachi. So it'll all be the same weekend. It's a badass weekend of fights. Dana White declared UFC is taking over boxing by running Canelo vs. Crawford like a full-scale MMA event, shaking the foundation of traditional fight promotions. People talk and say whatever they want to say, but look at Canelo. Canelo is still the man. Yes, you know, he been for a long, long time, and he jumps in there and he does it and he goes to work, and it's hard to stay at that level for a very long time. Yes, and Canelo's another guy. I mean, what's this guy clipping 40 mil a fight? In an unexpected twist that has shaken up the boxing and MMA worlds alike, the UFC president confirmed that the upcoming mega fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford will be promoted and produced entirely by the UFC under the TKO umbrella. Speaking to ESPN Deportes, White revealed that the massive event will take place on September 12, 2025 in Las Vegas, with another UFC event, NOA UFC, happening the following night in Guadalajara, Mexico. According to White, this isn't just a fight weekend. It's a combat sports extravaganza. Dana White to promote Canelo Alvarez vs. Terence Crawford. Turkey announced that he and Dana White will both promote the highly anticipated boxing match between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. We will deliver the fight of the century of Riyadh season on September 12 at Las Vegas's Allegiant Stadium. The legend Canelo defends his Ring magazine title for the Great Term Scroll for TV platform will be announced soon with big surprise. My brother Dana White will promote the first EO boxing event with me. It will be something crazy. This will also mark Dana White's first full leap into boxing promotion, representing a new direction not just for the UFC, but for the entire combat sports industry. As he puts it, it's not about just putting on a fight. It's about reshaping the experience for fans and proving that MMA and boxing can be unified under a single promotional vision. At the center of this groundbreaking event is the much-anticipated bout between two of boxing's biggest names. Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion, will go head-to-head with Terence Crawford, a four-division title holder who recently claimed the WBA super welterweight belt. Their clash is expected to be one of the most significant showdowns the sport has seen in years. Terence Crawford has had one fight above 147 pounds, and everyone including Terence Crawford will tell you that was not his finest performance against Israel Madrimov. He is older than Canelo. He is coming up in weight. He is coming off a long layoff. I can't look at Canelo Williams' school and say, you know what, Canelo is too far in a decline to beat Terence Crawford. Not until I've seen what Terence Crawford looks like at 168 pounds. Yeah. Same here. And even though we could see Canelo Alvarez diminishing, we're still going to favor him because he's been in there with the bigger, stronger men. Crawford's not going to be able to hurt him. Crawford will be able to pepper him up, you know, win rounds. Like I tell you, I have an image of Canelo Alvarez after the fight. He's going to be bloodied and bruised because he's going to get pot shot. He's going to throw 2-3 punches, pepper him up, and then get an angle. Then once Canelo starts realizing, I'm falling behind here or I'm getting hit too much. I got to do something. I got to do something great. That's when Crawford is going to have to get on his bike. Despite concerns from some quarters about the size difference between the two fighters, Canelo being the naturally bigger man, Crawford remains unfazed. In an interview, he dismissed the significance of size, pointing out that even heavyweights like Alexander Usyk have defeated larger opponents such as Tyson Fury. Crawford believes boxing is more about timing, strategy, and heart than physical dimensions. He emphasized that Canelo himself has often been the smaller fighter in his divisions and that the narrative around size is being overblown by outside observers. So, every time I see him, he'll come and be like, Canel, yeah, every time I'll be like, man, come on, man. So every time he say that, I just be like gradually getting into looking at okay. And he's not that big, he heavy, but he not that big, right? And I'm just like, alright. I'm laughing, but at the same time, it start hitting me alright, man. Maybe he onto something, And then I start sizing him up and I'm like, alright, well, Canelo 57, my arm's longer. Yeah. He's strong. I'm strong. It'd be to me skill for skill, right? You cause Canelo not the biggest 168 fighter. So, I just started looking into it and I'm like, man, the one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win and he want to be the best and he is the best. So that's what's going to be the difference. Crawford got guts. He's a fight. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he going to go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? We ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot in no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We going to do everything we can to him. We going to do whatever we got to do. But one thing you can expect is Crawford is going to step to him because you can't beat Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something and he better know Crawford is coming. Dimitri Bivol, who handed Canelo one of his rare losses, shared insights after watching Canelo's recent bout with Skull. Bivol remarked that Crawford's high-paced aggressive style is the polar opposite of Skull's passive approach. He believes Crawford will force Canelo into uncomfortable territory by not giving him moments to rest. Something Bivol himself used effectively in his win against the Mexican star. I think Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants this fight and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent and his has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think fight will be much more interesting. What do you make of the weight in that fight? The weight difference. I think Crawford will not let Canelo just walking on the ring when he wants, because we could see this fight Canelo did everything when he want to rest he could rest easy, in this fight. Yeah, of course, when he wants to work that guy didn't give him work, it just rest even. I think with Crawford it will be harder to rest. Who do you think wins? I don't know. It's a very interesting fight, but I don't know. Renowned trainer Robert Garcia also weighed in on the upcoming fight. He expects Crawford to start strong, using his speed and footwork to control the early rounds. Garcia believes Canelo will need to rely on his signature body shots and tactical pressure to gradually wear Crawford down. He doesn't count Crawford out, but sees a scenario where Canelo's power could become more of a factor in the second half of the fight. Use your skills, speed, try to fight on the outside, and, he does have skills, man. He is a real talented fighter. So, I think he's going to put up really good rounds. Maybe at least 5 or 6 rounds, he's going to put up really good rounds. Eventually, I think later rounds, Canelo starts catching him, breaking him down. But I do see Crawford putting up Crawford's, he's a man. He's pound for one of the best fighters in the world. He's very talented. I think he will put up a good fight. You said Canelo maybe later in the rounds comes on, and puts pressure on him. But Canelo more recently, the later rounds, it's a little slower, maybe gives up a couple of them because he's already kind of won. That'd be kind of a different strategy, right? Can he still do that? It has to, but he has to because I think the first half it'll be Crawford's fight. I might be wrong also because Canelo is also very talented. Let's not take that away from him. He's very talented, but I do see Crawford maybe taking the first few rounds, the first half of the fight, and then Canelo forcing himself to pressure and try to dominate it that way because knowing that he might be a little bit behind. He's going to be forced to do it. And he's got the strength, he's got the power, he's got the skills to do that, too. Jiren Boots Andes, who initially saw the fight as a balanced competitive matchup, has since revised his stance. Now leaning in favor of Canelo and has pointed out that Crawford is jumping up in weight without first testing himself in the new division. To him that leap might prove too ambitious. He referenced Canelo's reputation for overwhelming bigger men despite not being a massive super middleweight himself and has questioned whether Crawford, despite his technical brilliance, has ever faced an opponent with the same physical presence and destructive power as Alvarez. But I think you got to lean more towards Canelo because like I said before, he been putting big guys.